Anwar, why do you look so down? It's Valentine's Day tomorrow. Love is in the air.
I know, Natalie, but it's just USC basketball keeps breaking my heart.
Sports Scene starts now.
USC basketball is on the road again, taking on the Stanford Cardinal tonight. Good afternoon, I'm Anwar Stetson.
And I'm Natalie Reddington. The Cardinal currently rank 7th in the Pac-12 with a record of 5-6, and they're one game behind the Trojans in a tough conference. Coach Enfield spoke to the media about what it will take to get the Trojans back on track.
Well, we have to get back to what's made us successful this year, play well offensively, sharing the basketball, and then defending. We played both these teams at home. We were fortunate enough to win both, and now it's a different story. We have to go on the road and try to execute, keep our composure for 40 minutes, and play as hard as we can.
USC will seek revenge against the Cardinal on the road. They beat the Trojans last year at the very last second with a half-court buzzer beater. Last month, Coach Enfield's squad beat Stanford by 11 at home, but this is the first time they'll play on the trees on Stanford's court since last year's loss.
After Stanford, the Trojans will play the Cal Golden Bears. The team practiced on Monday before making the trip up to the Bay Area. And unlike Stanford, Cal is in last place, having yet to win a game in conference. Let's hear what leading scorer Benny Boatwright had to say about the matchups.
They're really tough teams. Stanford's a good team. They got a top draft pick on their team, so it's going to be tough to guard him. Cal, they play pretty well at home, so we have to come prepared, ready to go.
The team faces Stanford tonight at 8. Then on Saturday, they head up the road to Berkeley to play the Golden Bears at 5.
It's been a similar situation on the women's side of the court. The Colorado Buffaloes broke USC's 3-game winning streak in the Pac-12 on Sunday. This comes after a thrilling 84-80 victory against Utah in Salt Lake City on Friday night.
The women of Troy are led by the sibling duo of Mignon and Mariah Moore. They are the Trojans' leading point scorers, combining for over 550 total points this year. USC also has a barrage of deadly three-point shooters like Aaliyah Mazik, a career 1,000-point scorer, and Chalexis Aaron, who's shooting 44% from beyond the arc this season. The women of Troy also play Cal and Stanford this weekend, but unlike the men's teams, both games will be on home court at the Galen Center. They face the Golden Bears Friday night at 8 and Stanford Sunday at noon. Now let's send it to Elizabeth with baseball.
Thanks, Anwar. USC baseball starts up again this Friday. And last season, the team finished 2 games under 500 and 8th in the Pac-12. The Trojans lost a few players to the MLB. However, USC did have the 14th ranked recruiting class. One of the rookies on the team is Preston Hartzell. He's the top-ranked outfielder in California in his class, and he batted .396 in high school and can hit for both contact and power. Chandler Champlain is another top recruit as a second-ranked right-hand pitcher in California. In his senior year, he notched 63 strikeouts in 52 innings, and he's a pitcher who can rake. He posted a .387 batting average on top. Emilio Rosas comes in as the 5th-ranked shortstop in California with a .405 on-base percentage. He's likely to get the start at third base over Ben Ramirez in the opening series. Though there's a lot of impressive rookies on the team, the upperclassmen have a vital role in the roster, something head coach Dan Hubbs is glad to have.
The last couple of years we were young. We had a lot of freshmen playing the last 2 years, and now we're old. I think we've seen that in our performance on the field, in our preparation on the field. The guys just know how things need to be done, what they need to do to be prepared, and we're seeing that show up in all the day-to-day.
Here are some returners to keep your eye on. Kyle Hurt is a sophomore right-hand pitcher for the Trojans. Last season, he threw 7 2/3 hitless innings in a combined no-hitter. He also had the second most strikeouts on the team and kept opponents to a .238 batting average. Blake Sable is a junior utility player who started in every game last season, batting .276 and a .390 slugging percentage. He received an All Pac-12 honorable mention for his performance. And lastly, Chase Bushore is heading into his senior year and was one of 2 Trojans to hit .300 last season. He ended 2018 with an 11-game hitting streak, and that streak will carry on to the season if he's able to continue his batting performance. USC opens up this season against Nebraska Omaha at Deodo Field. Another Trojan team with a big matchup this weekend is USC Women's Swim. Our reporter Natalie Reddington spoke to a veteran swimmer about her goals for the meet against UCLA. Let's take a look.
I'm here today with senior USC swim veteran Riley Scott. Riley, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thanks, Natalie.
All right, so you've been doing extremely well recently. You won 2 events against Cal and placed highly against Stanford in multiple events. What would you say are key factors to your success?
I think being a veteran on the team now, being a senior and having that leadership role on the team has really made me feel like I'm important and really here to perform for my team, both in the pool and out of the pool as a leader. So I've just really been trying to contribute in the pool as best as I can, and at those meets against Cal and Stanford, it's always fun to get up and race.
Right, awesome. And so you're a 3-time All-American and the defending Pac-12 champion of the 100-yard breaststroke. So you're no stranger to accolades and winning. So what's your goal for senior year or goals?
Senior year, I'm really looking to have a great NCAAs, but that also is included in having a great Pac-12s. The better I do at UCLA this week on Friday and at Pac-12s in 2 weeks, that will just set me up well to do well at NCAAs, and that's my main goal, is to place highly, become an All-American in individual races at NCAAs.
You spoke a little bit about the UCLA meet coming up. How are you guys preparing for that? What are you most excited for?
We've had a great week so far. We've been printing posters, putting them all around campus, trying to promote the meet on Facebook and get a bunch of people out to the meet. So again, we'd love to have you guys there if you're watching. But we're really just trying to think of this as our major rivalry week, just like the football team does, like all the rest of the school gets behind the football team, and we're trying to make the same kind of energy for our senior meet and our rivalry week. So UCLA is coming here, which is nice to have them at home, and hopefully we can do really well and beat them and have a really fun meet. I know a lot of my family is going to be there, a lot of my friends, hopefully lots of other fans as well, so we're really looking forward to it.
It's really exciting. And finally, so since you're a senior, you'll be graduating soon. Do you have plans to swim after, or what are your plans for that?
Yeah, I'm planning to go professional and swim next year and train for the 2020 Olympic trials. I'm planning on staying here and training with Dave, our head coach here, and figuring that out, seeing what the professional life is like.
Congrats, that's super awesome. Good luck to you guys, and thanks so much for being here and coming in today.
Thanks, Natalie. Fight on.
The USC women's lacrosse team is preparing for its road match against San Diego State, which is a little more than a week away. The Trojans are ranked 17th in the country and hoping to bounce back from last season's disappointing ending after missing out on the NCAA tournament. The Trojans were beat by arch rival Stanford after coming in as preseason favorites. Success is far from guaranteed, though, as key players such as goalie Gussie Johns and midfielder Mae McMahon have graduated. The Trojans are hoping former Under Armour All-American sophomore Riley Hertford can step up at goalie and junior Kerrigan Miller at midfield. We talked to some of the players at McAllister Field during practice on how they are handling their expectations this upcoming season.
Everyone's expectations are raised this year. I think we have a great mentality. Everyone's plays together, loves each other. There's no drama, so I think that's going to contribute to our success on the field in the first game on Saturday, but our mentality is move on to the next game and keep getting better every single day. Don't settle, because that's when you can fail, and so just improving every day, and that's how we're going to end up where we want to be at the end of the season.
Despite the pressure on this team to perform after a disappointing season, the Trojans have some impressive players on their roster and can definitely make some noise in the Pac-12. The women in Troy's next game against San Diego State will be on the road at 1 p.m. Anwar, Natalie, back to you.
In honor of Valentine's Day, we decided to ask some of the USC athletes about their best pickup lines. Our reporter Lindsay Lopes went to the McKay Center and interviewed a few players. Take a look at some of their responses.
Do you have any idea how much a polar bear weighs?
How much?
Enough to break the ice.
It's Valentine's Day. Why be lonely when you can have my number? Just like that.
Thought about it, I just don't have any pickup lines. I guess my game is weak.
Do I even need them? I'm just like, here's my phone. If you want my Snapchat, go ahead and add yourself. We can scan my Snap code, just like that.
I just go in and introduce myself, say hello, give them a nice smile, ask them how their day is, and then just start it from there.
All right, Anwar, out of all those pickup lines, did you have a favorite?
You know, Natalie, they were all terrible, but I'm partial to the first guy because he actually had a legit pickup line. No matter how, it was cheesy, but he actually had one. I wanted to give it to the last guy. He was sweet, but it wasn't a pickup line, but who knows?
Okay, so we've been talking a lot on the show about Valentine's Day. Anwar, do you have a special Valentine you'll be celebrating with tomorrow?
You know, I've always been just a tad greedy. I actually have 2 Valentines, Natalie.
Wow.
I talked earlier about Mignon and Mariah Moore, our best shooters. And well, they shoot so well at the Galen Center, it inspired me to shoot my shot today. I mean, I think we'd make a great trio. I think this is a wonderful picture there.
All right, well, if they're watching, hopefully they follow up. But I didn't have a USC Valentine, but just a general athlete that I love is Neymar. And he dove a lot on the field this past World Cup and then dove straight into my heart. But that's my ideal Valentine.
I think you guys can flop together, you know, on the field. Well, don't go breaking our hearts this weekend, Trojans. We'll be rooting for all of SC to celebrate Valentine's Day with a W.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Sports Scene. For everyone here at Annenberg Media, I'm Natalie Reddington.
And I'm Anwar Stetson. You can catch us on Facebook and Twitter at Annenberg Media Sports. See you next week.